Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Listen, y'all, I'm still trucking along, okay? And the only reason why I'm hanging in there is because next week is Chloe and Michael's decision day. After next week's episode, I will not be returning for another episode of Married at First Sight until the reunion. And judging from those after parties, honey, the reunion has already been reuned. Keisha and I Pulliam did all the work, child. So I don't even know what they're going to tell us about on the reunion, but we shall see. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Emily and Chloe. There are no longer any couples for me to name, honey. It's Emily and Chloe. They're going for a walk. They're talking about Emily being back home. Honey, I hope you went back and cleaned that apartment up because I can't stop thinking about that. I hope you went back over there and cleaned up. Chloe is telling her that, you know, me and Michael, we did some things, aka they went to Pound Town. Emily is asking if they're in love, and she's like, we're in strong like. I know that's right, because y'all cannot possibly be in love, and none of these other people were in love either. Emily is asking about the exercises that Dr. Pia is giving them, and so Chloe quickly brings up that they did not have a good experience with Dr. Pia. She's telling her that Dr. Pia accused them of being inauthentic and fake. Well, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, whatever the hell the ducks do, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. Emily was like, look, I don't think that Dr. Pia says anything with ill intent. I think she's doing that because she really wants to help you all. Chloe just mad she saw straight through them, just like she did Brennan, and she ain't fooling me. So Emily is telling her that she's worried that it could be an issue later if they don't talk about the living together and him with his mom and all these types of things. Over on the other side, we see a cam of Claire saying that she texted Cameron happy birthday and got nothing back. Girl, what did you expect? He don't give a damn. Claire, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. And it's been a long time since I spoke directly to someone. He doesn't like you. Not even as a friend. The way you sat in that circle of people and made it seem like it was all Cameron and none of you. He does not want anything else to do with you. He's sick of it. And she's like, I'm just tired of trying. Clearly, Cameron doesn't want anything to do with me. So I just can't care anymore. She said, I'm just, understanding that he isn't meant to be my husband. And now I can let go and I can heal. Heal from what exactly? Y'all spent all of a week together. And one of them days y'all was in that bicycle shop. Ma'am, what are you healing from? Claire, move on, ma'am. Moving forward. Becca. So she's FaceTiming her mom and she's asking if her dad knows about her and Austin getting a divorce. She said, yeah, and dad is confused. That's because Austin was acting. That's why daddy confused. Now, I know Becca really did like Austin, but it simply was not meant to be. I cannot pinpoint the issue. I cannot, because I don't know how much of it was true. I mean, I picked up on it when he was on that beach on that honeymoon, and I knew then. I said, Austin is not in it to win it. I just knew it. Now, it seems like so much of this season was wasted time. I also think when Becca told him about her medical issues, he checked out. I think this is why she's taking it so hard. But Becca, let's wrap this up by the reunion, honey. This was for the best because Austin was not being honest. You weren't being honest with your feelings because you really wanted him to like you. And then when he wasn't reciprocating the physical touch, that was an issue. Austin was trying to look good on camera, but he didn't want to initiate the physical touch because he knew that he was going to potentially say no. So you just need to let it go. I think you better let it go. It looks like another love TKO. You just let it go. Moving forward. Her mom was correct when she said that Becca's person will not leave her with doubts. I know that's right, Mama. I liked Mama's little pep talk. Becca, I'm so sorry, honey, that you're hurting. But really, just think about the possibilities of if you did stay together. And Austin flat out lied. So there's that. Lauren and Orion. So she's going for a spa day with her friend, and he's at Brennan's putting up a security camera. Not Orion having to come do the hard labor at Brennan's house. Brennan, you don't know how to use tools? Sir. Across town, Lauren is having a spa day with her friend, and she's telling her, me and Orion, we went out, but nothing's gonna come of it. I set a hard boundary the next day. Me and him, we can't be friends. We can't be nothing. You know what? I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you, Lauren. You had me nervous there for a second, girl. It was touch and go. I was like, nah, I know Lauren ain't finna get back over there with no Orion. Girl, this is a fool. So Orion is telling Brennan over on the other side that Lauren finally cut him off, talking about, I dealt with a bit of rejection. You dealt with a bit of rejection. How do you think Lauren felt when she was sniffling and snotting on that Zoom call with Pastor Calvin when you said today is your decision day? You didn't want anything else to do with her. So it came right on back around to you. So she's reading the text over with her friend that she sent to Orion. And he sent something back with a high five or thumbs up, talking about, I want to talk in great detail. Goodbye, sir. Boy gone. Over with him, he's like, it's pretty upsetting because I didn't get to smooth things over. There's a lot that, I'm still looking for. Brennan said, what exactly are you looking for from her? And that's what I wanted to know. Like, what are you looking for? He's like, I just want a friendship. Orion. Okay, now, why can't you just go away? Lauren said, I'm just tired of the same old song and dance. He says he's going to do something. He don't do nothing. So I'm just sick of it. He's basically playing in her face and she's tired of it. He says one thing, then he does another. Girl, like Drake said, no new friends. Meanwhile, Orion is playing victim in front of Brennan like he didn't dump her as she was sitting there snot-nosed. Anyway, anybody got time? So we find out Lauren has been on not one but 2 dates with men that actually valued her. That's awesome, Lauren. You deserve a little outside action. I know that's right. She said she wanted an experience that was positive, and this was not positive. It was not fun, but her dates were just that. And she feels like, she's getting back to herself. Girl, I love that for you. Austin and Michael. So Michael is at the boxing ring and Austin in his hat stopped by to pretend. I was like, stop playing around. Get out of here. Austin, quit goofing off. So they're in there and they're boxing. I was like, all right, Michael, show him how it's done. Hit him with a 1-2 punch. After they get through with the punching bag, they sit down, they start talking. So Austin is basically, just venting about how he feels things went between he and Becca. Now, I want to say this. I don't think that Austin is a bad guy. I just think that he should have been honest earlier. I really don't think he had malicious intent and he meant to hurt Becca. But he doesn't know how to communicate. He was afraid of looking like a jerkwad. And so he didn't say what he really felt. But I think had he done that in a nice way, maybe it would have been more receptive. But he led her on and led her to believe that it was something when it was really nothing. And that's where he messed up. So after they talk about that, Michael is saying that he does have some doubts when it comes to he and Chloe. He just doesn't know if he's comfortable enough to say yes on decision day. Child, this season will be 0 matches. 0 matches lasting outside of decision day. I don't think that Chloe is what Michael wanted. Even though we don't think that Michael is what Chloe wanted, I don't think she what he wanted either. And they ain't fooling me. Emily. So she's on FaceTime with one of her friends. They're going to do some traveling. Child is giving Lindy. Y'all remember Lindy and Miguel? Lindy traveled the world after her and Miguel left the reunion. She even became a flight attendant. And then when things fell the hell apart, at least she was in the friendly skies. Because, I used to call her Lazy Lindy. Honey, Lindy didn't used to do nothing. Do you hear me? And I do mean nothing. So Emily is telling her friend about Brennan, saying that she's negative. Emily, it's been 2 weeks. Let it go. Let it go. I am so confused with this cast because they're all fighting with each other and saying that the other person is lying. Emily, the streets, aka Cameron, okay, he's saying that you were making out at the bar with someone that wasn't your husband. Meanwhile, you on the scene making us think that it's all Brennan. So I don't know exactly what you need to heal from, and I don't know exactly who's telling the truth, but I would venture to bet that Cameron ain't lying. Something about Cameron tells me that he's telling the truth. Now, I wouldn't buy nothing that Brennan ever says. So I heard him, but I ain't really listen. So then Emily is telling her, she needs to be back center before she starts therapy, and traveling always helps. But what I was thinking about is this friend right here. Friend, what kind of friend are you? And why are you encouraging her to hook up with random strangers on your trip? Because she said, well, I was going to get 2 queen beds at the hotel, but then I decided to get 1 king bed and I'll leave if you need it. Why are you encouraging her to have random hookups? And why are you getting one room with one king bed? Don't y'all work? Oh, no, ma'am, honey. I did that in college. I'm going to have my own room, my own space. Absolutely not. Micheal and Chloe. Oh, my gosh, y'all. When they pan to this little cat on the floor, he's so cute. It looked just like a little Lion King character. I was like, oh, look at Simba. So, anywho, Chloe is getting home. Micheal is cooking. Chloe feels like, they need to have a conversation. She starts talking to him about his mom and her not knowing that he's actually married because she got wrapped up the first time. And this time she doesn't think it's fair to actually say anything to her. It would be doing her a disservice to bring her in now. It's really not fair. Chloe, again, you're not slick. Okay, you know exactly what you're doing. You don't want his mom involved because you halfway involved. She said, I know it's difficult for people to understand and wonder why we don't have arguments and believe that we get along so well, but we do. So me being accused of being inauthentic and fake. Oh, Dr. Peel, you done told your draws with Chloe, baby. She is pissed that you have called her inauthentic and fake. How dare you? How dare you? Not Chloe blaming Dr. Peel for her coming across fake. She's like, she really made me just question everything. She made me question whether our relationship was even real. Like, it really messed me up. So then she brings up them living together after decision day. So Micheal goes, I'm not opposed to it, but it's going to be hard to find a place to accommodate us and all of our pets. Well, isn't this place accommodating all the pets, or all of them not there? What are you talking about? I said, honey. Talking about the landlord's probably not going to want 5 pets there. Maybe not, but you're just finding excuses to not live together. She said, well, I'm willing to see what's out there. He said, sure, but the only thing I ask is that we don't compromise what we really want. See, and this is exactly what Dr. Peel was talking about. Micheal, you know full well that you don't want to live with Chloe. Chloe, you know full well that you don't want him to tell his mama because it's going to be easier to say no. And then nobody else will be wrapped up in it except you and Micheal. See, this is what she's talking about. And Micheal, you need to get it together now. Okay, I was looking at you making that food, all that hair scrunching and dog belly rubbing while you cooking. No, sir. 16 days after decision day. Claire. So she's walking her dog, talking to her friend Chrissy about her dating. She says she needs time to herself. Claire, listen, I can't give this any more of my attention. I can't give it any more because it's just fake. It's one thing over here and then we get to the after party and everything's coming out. I just can't give it any attention. Brennan and Micheal. Brennan got on a Parker, child, and Micheal got on a hoodie. Where are y'all going? Where y'all going? Micheal said he wants to pick Brennan's brain. Brennan's brain? The Brennan. Brennan from this season of Married at First Sight. Child, this is going to be rich. Micheal is telling him about the doubt that he has with staying married to Chloe. He wants to stay with Chloe and date her, but he doesn't know about being married to her. So Brennan said, are you happy? He said, yes. I really feel like we've built something. Micheal doesn't know if he's in the place to continue the marriage, but he's open to just dating. Micheal, you playing games, baby. This is Married at First Sight. It's all or nothing. Now, I know I usually sing it the other way, but it's literally all or nothing. What do you mean you'll date her? But no wonder you went to Brennan, honey. He tried to reset and be BFFs with Emily. So here we are. Brennan takes this opportunity to talk about him protecting Emily. Sir, get off the gas, okay? Brennan tells him to focus on the good because if he looks for the bad, then he's going to find it. Well, why don't you try and look for the good in your relationship? I mean, the advice wasn't all bad, but I wouldn't take advice from none of y'all. But that's just me. 5 days until decision day. Chloe and Micheal. So, baby, they go look at this house. And I was just thinking, why are y'all wasting this realtor's time? Why are y'all doing this? The house was cozy, but it's definitely not big enough for everything that Chloe was talking about. It's 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Now, Chloe, why would you go see this and you want an animal rescue shelter and a foster home? Why would you do this with 5 teenagers who all need their own bathroom space, hair blow dries and everything else? Why would you do this? Now, the yard was big, but where are the kids going to sleep? Outside with the animals? Like, what are you doing? 1 bedroom will be for you and Micheal. 1 bedroom gonna have to be converted into a closet with all those clothes that Micheal got. So I don't know how this is going to work. Chloe was getting all excited and Micheal was Like, yeah, oh, yeah, okay. Michael was doing the math, honey, and the math equaled half and half. Michael said, this is 4,800. So you cool with paying what you pay and an extra 250? I said, baby, not the half and half. Oh, no, ma'am, honey. Michael is still talking about it doesn't make sense. Michael, y'all are married. Say it with me, Michael. Married at first sight. You should have went on Love is Blind. Oh, child, you're going to have to get married on Love is Blind as well. Yeah, child, just find them in the real world. So they sit down, and this man is thinking of every excuse in the book. He's asking her, how long would it take for you to, find a place? Sir, just have an honest conversation and tell her you don't want to live together. Chloe finally says to him, listen, if we stay married, we need to move together and we need to think about what the future looks like. Yes, because this is ridiculous. Now, I know she can tell that Michael is not all the way present. This is just crazy. In the next scene, the girls are having a night out, and so are the men. The men are doing some welding thing or whatever they're doing. Meanwhile, the ladies are at a drag show, getting into it. They sit down and talk, and it's like a back and forth between the guys and the girls. Lauren is telling them that she's happy, she's enjoying life. On the other side, Orion is still mentioning Lauren's name. Orion, stop mentioning her name. You asked for it and you got it. You wanted a divorce and you're divorced. So they're both talking about this text message and how he didn't respond. Over with Austin. Austin is saying that, he wants he and Becca to get to a good place. And Becca is over there saying that she's grieving, but she can't tolerate dishonesty, especially the way that Austin did it in front of everyone. How many times, like realistically, y'all, how many times can we sit around and talk about the same thing? Y'all, watching this episode was like pulling teeth. I swear to you, had that preview of next episode not shown Michael and Chloe walking in to give their decision, I would have waved the white flag. Like it would have been no way. I could not do another week of this. The same way I cut off Nashville last season, when they just were going around and about and giving Groundhog's Day, is the same way I was about to do these people. But I said, you know what? I see that they're getting to decision day, so it's cool. But after decision day, I'm not going to no retreats with y'all. I'm not catching up with y'all. I'm not doing none of that. I will meet you at the reunion. Moving forward. Back over with the ladies, Emily is telling them that she's off to Hawaii. Brennan is like, well, you know what? Let's get into some things, okay? Let's talk about the diary cam. I asked her to delete it because she was talking badly about me. She could have saved it. Brennan then says, Claire also lied to Emily about the double date. He said, I just really have no words for Emily. I've come to the conclusion that everyone is problematic. It's fault on both sides, the men and the women. It's not just the men and it's not just the women. Things have been revealed and everybody is problematic. So then Emily asked Chloe, how are you doing? She said, well, I'm not doing great. I wasn't prepared for us to be living apart. But Chloe, didn't you agree? And you also said that you needed your space. See, that's what Dr. Pia was talking about being fake. So Michael is saying that he's concerned and now he's having serious doubts. Chloe is saying that, they need to have a conversation and talk about whether or not there's a future between the two of them. This should have been done a while ago. You two should have talked about this a while ago. Chloe and Michael. That bed tiny as all get out. Did y'all see that bed? I said, what in the full size is happening here? So he's getting home after being out with the guys and she's asleep. So he nudges her to wake her up so they can talk. So he's telling her that everything has been great with her and living together has been great, but he's wrestling with the fact of staying married and where he's at emotionally. Michael, why did you even do this a second time? Why did you do this? He said basically marriage is draining. Sir, what? You woke her up to tell her that marriage is draining? This is a mess. I would be fighting mad. First of all, I love my sleep and you had all this time and then you wake me up with this. So now here she is lying, talking about, I didn't know that I didn't know until just right now. I really didn't know that I didn't know. Ma'am, you just had a conversation with the ladies about not knowing. So now you didn't know until you got in front of him. She wants him to commit to not making a solid decision until decision day. And that was the end of the episode. Chloe, I bet not hear you speak another word about Dr. Pia, honey, because exactly what she said is exactly what it is. You've been faking the funk and then you sat in front of Michael and waited for him to pull the trigger. Then you say, I didn't know that I didn't know until right now. It's giving a lie. Y'all meet me next week, because next week is Micheal and Chloe's decision day. Let's see if they say yes or no. Put your predictions down in the comment section. My prediction is that Chloe will say yes and Micheal will say no. That's what I'm predicting. Now, I don't know if it's true, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.